One of the biggest shams coming from the financial world is this notion that you will need a gajillion dollars to retire. So the best thing you need to do is don't spend or enjoy any of this money, but no, you're supposed to stockpile more and more of it for the future. Now, someone who has met in person with nearly 20,000 savers, owns a financial company with more than 3,500 clients, half of which are already retired, and has overseen more than 5,000 written game plans. The two biggest blunders savers make with their money is first, listening to the financial world who is more interested in making more money on their money than they are, and then secondly, forgetting that as you get older, the more money you have, listen, more than likely the more worries that will come along with all of this money. Take a random phone call I received the other day from a couple in their late 70s who had finally hit this milestone, a goal if you will, of saving $1 million. An arbitrary goal they had always wanted to achieve, and now out of the blue, it appears that the wife will be heading off to the nursing home, and they're looking to me to try to protect this money. Now, while I'm not opposed to clients seeking out elder care attorneys, they serve a valuable purpose to try to deal with these huge nursing home costs they're about to incur. This also has become a very big business, and in some cases, I would say that the way to avoid having to deal with a lot of the money going out the back door is learning how to use and enjoy this money now versus later. So how does our philosophy with live well, die broke and the worry-free retirement and enjoying money now versus later, how does that play out? And how would I, instead of having $1 million down the road when they're late 70s, would have taken the $600,000 they said they had when they retired and had not worried about what would happen to it down the road? Let's take a look at how this plays out. Okay, so basically the first segment here of this, the first graph of the segment dealt with the idea that Wall Street and the financial world says save more and more. Our three halves of life takes a different look at this. So the three halves of life says during the first half, that's when you're going to save money. Halftime is when you are to enjoy it. And we've talked about this before. Usually it's around 60 to 70 or 75. It depends on your age. And then the second half, we intentionally want that money going down. We don't want it going up, because if it keeps going up, either the government, the nursing homes, or whoever else that's out there after it is going to come looking for that money. So in this case, the person's goal was to save $1 million, which again, there was no game plan. There was no thought as to why. They just felt like $1 million was a magic number. So fine, they reached it, but they were in their late 70s by the time they got there, which told me they probably didn't have a lot of access to the money. My thoughts are, why wouldn't you have a resolution, listen, not the goal yet, have a resolution of enjoying the money before it's too late? And when I asked him that, here's what he said. Yeah, I wish we could have done this all over again, because I wouldn't want to have this much money, because now we're afraid it's just going to go to the nursing homes. So here's how we look at things. Maybe that's you right now. Whether you're 78 or 65, there still is time to change your perspective on money and get more realistic in what's going to really happen to this money. So what we would have done back, I asked this about the gentleman, I said, roughly in your mid-60s, do you remember how much you had in this 401k back then? And he said, well, I think it was around $600,000. Okay. So what we would have done, rather than just accumulating the money and risking it and trying to reach this $1 million goal, we would have done something called our split IRA concept, where we would have broken that money up into possibly multiple buckets. But what we would have done, especially during this halftime period, we would have sent a lot of money to their checking account. You might say, well, what in the world are they going to do with that? Well, the reason we're sending money on a regular basis to their checking account, so they can either spend and enjoy it now while they can. They could deal with the taxes on that now. We can show them how to do that. Maybe they want to start a gifting program to their favorite kids or charity or whatever. But the point is, we don't want that money accumulating into this large sum of money only to create problems when you die or go in a nursing home or whatever. Remember, folks, and I've learned this from dealing with so many people, sometimes the more money you have in those later stages of life, the more cumbersome it becomes for the family, you, taxes, all these things creep into the picture that most people don't think about until you watch all these people pass away. In fact, in 2024, we had 65 death claims. So we are on the front lines and we get to see this stuff play out. So maybe that's you right now and you're looking and thinking, number one, I don't have a game plan. I've got all these goals that somebody filled into my head. I don't know why I've got these goals. I don't know what the numbers even mean. Well, probably you need a resolution. That's why I wrote the book, Live Well, Die Broke. It's to help people understand who they are, how long this money is going to last. We can show you how money will affect that. And then also how we set up our game plan so that you can use and enjoy this money during this period of time called halftime before it's too late.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.